Hey friends, welcome to Scrapping It Up. I'm Vanessa, and I've had quite a few requests to do a tutorial for this album, so that's what we are going to do. And this will be broken up in probably 3 different parts. So this is what you guys are going to need. You're going to need some scissors, a ruler, a paper trimmer, bone folder, and a corner rounder. And a corner rounder is optional. It's just totally up to you guys. And then you'll need some adhesive. And I recommend the Score Pal tape. It's a lot stronger hold. You can use Tacky Glue by Scotch, quick dry. If you use this, you just want to be real careful that you don't put a whole lot of it on. It oozes out. And it will kind of weaken your fibers a little bit on your file folders or your cardstock. But I mean, you're more than welcome to use this. Just, be careful with it. And I use the 1/4 inch and the 3/8 inch Score Pal. And you will also need a scoreboard for this project. And if you don't have a scoreboard, you can always use your paper trimmer and put it in here at a 1/2 inch and use it like this. So, that's an option too. So let's set this aside here real quick. And this is what we're going to be making. I had this on YouTube, about a month and a half ago I put it on. So we are going to make this. It's beautiful. And these flip up. And then you have pockets here. So you have pull outs on both sides. And these flip out. And that's what we're going to make. And this is out of all just file folders. And we all have file folders sitting around. And I used black cardstock in this too. So, okay, what you will also need, you're going to need 6 file folders. You're going to need 1 middle file folder. And then you're going to need 2 bottom file folder tabs. And then you're going to need 3 top file folder tabs. And the first thing I always do when we're messing with file folders, they are never true. They are always off. They're never centered. So always when you're messing with file folders, square them off. Because otherwise it'll make your album a little bit wonky. And we want our file folders to be at 11.5. So the first thing I do, I just trim off just a hair. And you can see, I'll show you here in a second, how much this file folder was off. I mean, look at that. So that's why it's always important to kind of round it off. And then we go to 11.5 and cut off this side. So now our file folder is 11.5. So we're ready to go. And I've already done all my other ones. So just to save time on this video. So the first thing you'll need is your bottom file folder. So your bottom tab. And what you're going to do, you're going to stick it in your scoreboard with the little tab up at the top. And you're going to score at 9, and I've already scored this one. And then you're going to score at 9 3/4. So that leaves you a 3/4 inch spine. So score at 9 and 9 3/4. And that is our spine of our album. So you can put your scoreboard away. And then what you're going to do next is you're going to score on those lines. And you want to make sure when you're scoring that you're, still all lined up good with your file folder. And what you could do on the inside, just to help you out here, on your score lines, I forgot to tell you, you'll need a pencil. You can but you can write on your score lines, because we are going to be putting a hinge here, and it may just help you kind of line it up. just totally up to you. But that's a little hint. Okay, so set that aside. And the next thing that you will need is your middle file folder. And you'll need your paper trimmer. And we are going to cut off 1 3/4 inches. So we're going to cut off 1 3/4 inches. And you're cutting off the folded part of your file folder. You want your tab on the left-hand side. So 1 3/4 inches. Cut that off. Save this piece because we are going to make a hinge out of it. So this piece here you just cut, set it aside. And you're going to now grab your bottom file folder. So you're going to grab your bottom one. And what you're going to do, we're going to put this in the paper trimmer. And we're going to go from the tab. So you need the tab sitting at 8. And cut. You're cutting off the folded part again. So save that, set it aside. And this you just cut off, set it aside too. Now the piece that you just cut, what you're going to do is you're going to put that in your paper trimmer, and we want the folded side to be on your left hand side at 1/2 inch. So I'm just kind of lining it up. And this is what you should have, 1/2 inch. So if you open it up, you got 1/2 inch on both sides. We're going to use this to close up our file folders. You can throw this piece away. And then grab your other piece and do the same thing. Folded side on the left side. And you want to cut it at 1/2 inch. So again, you have that. Now we're going to cut this in half. So 5 3/4 inches. Again at 5 3/4 inches. And if you guys have any questions, about this video, please put in the comments below, and I'd be more than happy to answer any of your questions about this tutorial. So now what you're going to do, you can put your paper trimmer away. We are going to apply score pal tape to these on both sides. So I've done these two for you. We'll do 2 quick ones. Yeah, because you never know, I might forget some little detail of doing something or don't explain it very well. So please comment in below if you happen to have any questions, or if you just want to comment and you like the video or you're going to make one, be more than happy. I'd be glad to hear your comments on this. And this is a quilting tool that I use to slice my score pal tape. I mean, it makes a nice, just hold it down and it cuts it off real nice. Okay, we're just about done here. Do both sides, okay. All right, and then one other thing that I did, I just kind of mitered the corners, so we're the fold line, and just kind of cutting like that. And just cutting one end. Don't do both ends, so just like that. Okay, so it will look like that. Okay, so now what we're going to do, we're going to grab them file folders that we just cut. And we are going to apply these. What we're going to do is we're going to seal these up. So always do it on your shorter side, because if you've done it on your longer side, it might show. See? So you always want to do it on your shorter side. So flip it upside, or flip it to the inside. And we're going to line it up. And what I do, I just put my score pile tape from here down. And when you're applying this, you want to make sure that you stay flush with your file folder. You don't want to go over it because you don't want to see this. So stay flush with it. Put one on that side and then one on this side. And what this allows it to do is it gives you, doing it this way, it allows you to have the whole pocket. So what I'm doing right now is lining it back up. And I'm going to hold my hand here and take off my score pile tape like that. That's the easiest way I found to take this score pile tape off. And I mean, for me, I mean, you can take your tape off and go down on it. It's just totally up to you guys. I just find this way to be a little bit easier. So see, now we have the range of the full pocket. Now, if you use this glue to seal this up, you just want to be real careful that it doesn't ooze out and you wind up sealing your pocket up. So you just want to be careful. Okay, let's get our other file folder out here. And let's do the same thing to it. So your shorter piece, flip it upside down. And we're going to apply just like we did to the last one. Just make sure that you're not going over. And the reason we don't go down to clear to the end, because we're going to be attaching this to a hinge. And you don't want this to go down, you're going to have 1/2 inch, and it would create too much bulk in your album. So that's why we put it to the top. Again, we're just going to line it up best that we can. And then take our score pile tape off. Well, sometimes score pile tape's kind of hard to get off sometimes. Okay, there's our other pocket. Okay, so that's that part. So I am going to shut it off here. And this will be part 1, and I'll get part 2 going here. So we'll see you in a little bit. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.